Here with Washington State women's basketball head coach Kamie Ethridge. Coach, your team opens up Pac-12 play this weekend. This Friday, you host Cal, and then on Sunday, you host number 3 Stanford. Just how excited is your team, and how ready are you for conference play?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I can't believe we're already hitting close to January, and we're through our non-conference play, and now, gearing up for Pac-12. And little drama around it and surrounding it, and still we have the COVID issue that I don't think anyone thought that we would still be dealing with, and games canceling and things like that. But we're really pretty much in a good spot right here in Pullman, and our team came back in a great frame of mind mentally. Put some great effort in physically, and we understand it's a long season, and the biggest part of our season and the grind of our season of the league is about to begin. And clearly we're at home, and we need to get a great start going, and need to just, play a great 40 minutes tomorrow.
Kind of a reset here for you as you enter the conference portion of the season. You've been away from the competition for well over a week now. You just got your team back in this week. You've had a couple of practices under your belt. So how's that been going? And how have you been able to, how's the team focused, and where are they at mentally heading into conference play?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit hard. We had a hard ending, the way we had to travel and not playing our best basketball. Didn't really put a great foot forward in those last two games. Gave us a lot of time to think about that and figure out some things, and maybe help ourselves along the way, which is the point, I think, of playing a really challenging non-conference schedule, is to get yourself really tested and prepared for what you might see in league play. People go home, people are away, people can't get into gyms, then you get them back in the gym, and obviously they've been off 4 or 5 days. So there's nothing easy about this process. I think the one thing that I have to do, and as a coaching staff we have to do, is not try to overdo it. We got them back in the weight room for the first time in a while. You can overwork them. You can stay on the court probably too long, and we had to pull back a little bit of that. But obviously we had some things we had to clean up and get better, and then prepare for a great Cal team that's walking in here. And then the next day, Stanford. So the challenges are huge, but again, I think we have a really mature team. We have a mentally tough team, and I think they're, up for the challenges that are in front of us.
Jim Allen, spokesman review. Go ahead, Jim. Jim, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Kamie, I've noticed you've got a lot more depth this year. I know it was pretty tough last year, but tell me about how much the increased depth on this team is helping the Cougars going into Pac-12 play.
Jim, I'm surprised you said that, because I feel like I've kind of resorted back to not going too deep on my bench. I think Tara Wallach is certainly a player that is every bit Pac-12 ready. Great body, great length, great talent. And I think as a player that we really have spent the last week really getting her shored up on our plays from multiple positions. I think she had a lot of confusion on trying to play the 4 player. So I think if we can get some more consistency out of her, and just confidence out of her in knowing what we're trying to do at any given time, she's going to be more solid for us. I think she's had a couple of great days of practice, and again, she's someone that we really is really needed for us, especially in that 3-4 spot. We got a new player in, Kaya Woods, who is just tiny, but she is a jet, and we got to use her effectively. I think that's another ball handling, just a jet that can kind of take some pressure off of Crystal. I think we can use her as we try to grow her into our offense and figure out what she can and can't do. And Grace Sarver, I have a ton of confidence in. I know I've been sporadic sometimes in getting her on the court, but I really do believe she's going to play, good minutes for us. So I think you're right. I mean, I have, our guard game is deeper. Our post game needs to continue to develop. I think Bella took a step back in the last 2 games. I don't think she had 2 great games, but she's come back really strong. Emma and Jess in that 5 spot need to give us great solid minutes. So I think we're in pretty good shape depth wise, and I got to have some confidence in those kids coming off the bench. And I do think I think there's some things that we can do that can really get more people on the court and rest the main starters more than we have. So got to trust it, got to believe it, and I really do believe in the players in our gym.
One more question about the conference. It looked like we had quite a few teams that were contending for top 15 or so. It looks like Stanford and Arizona are kind of holding up the ship right now. But any surprises from what you've seen around the conference?
You know, I've not spent any time really watching anybody. Got to see Stanford in the Bahamas. I've seen Oregon a few times. Colorado obviously has had a great non-conference slate. Cal's had a great non-conference slate. You know, I think we've taken it on the chin a little bit. A few of us, people that you didn't expect, you know, UCLA, I don't think they're healthy yet. Oregon certainly isn't healthy. I think it's all going to shake out in the long run when people get all their players back on the court. And again, and now we're dealing with, you're going to have depth issues with COVID and things like that when you lose players. So it's going to be, I think it's still, we don't know how it's going to shake out in the entire country, much less the pack. But I do still think that there's top to bottom, you know, on any given night, you can lose a game, and you got to bring your best. You got to be at your best to compete. And we certainly do. We're not going to win any game by 20 points. We have to know we're going to be in a lot of close games, and then we have to manage those games really well. So, or we're hopeful to be in a lot of close games. So, but again, we're excited to get started and to see where we are and test ourselves against the very best.
Thank you.
Coach, just a little bit more specific about this weekend. You open up on Friday against Cal. It's a team that you didn't get to play last season due to COVID protocols, both times you were supposed to play. Just kind of give us a little bit of a preview. What have you seen from the Bears, and what are you kind of expecting to see when they come to Beasley on Friday?
Well, really a very talented team. I just think Charmin's doing a great job with a young team, and you know, they have maybe one of the most dynamic freshmen in the country. She's kind of swept the Freshman of the Week awards. We know what that's like with Charlize doing that last year. You know, Jade Curry is an amazing, amazing player, putting up 20 points, I think leading our league in scoring, which says a whole lot about her talent and her ability to score the basketball. But, you know, and then they just have a real experienced, gritty, tough point guard that just makes game-winning plays, and they have you know, kind of great athletes that rebound the ball at better than anyone that we've played so far, I think, this year, and kind of real versatile, positionless players, which are, I think, is a real challenge for us to match up with. They can post, they can drive it. They have some people that can really stroke the ball. So it's a talented team. It's a confident team. They won a lot of games. I think they're going to walk in here and feel very confident against us. And again, I think every night is, you got to respect your opponent to the highest level, and you got to have a great game plan and try to contain some of the key players and key things that they want to do. And for us, I think the big thing as we look at us, I just think we have to figure out ways to score the basketball. We're not scoring the ball as much as we have to and need to, and we got to find ways to put the basket.
And then on Sunday, you got the defending national champion Stanford coming in here. How are you guys preparing for the Cardinal?
We are not even thinking about the Cardinals until we show up on Saturday after our game tomorrow. And you know, it's the hard part of our league, the way we play and the way we travel, and us, you know, we're the one team that has a game and then we play them the next day. They're coming in here fresh. It's a challenge. It'll be a challenge for us. But clearly we know them. Stanford is, you know, if not, you know, you kind of know what they run. They're very predictable. They just run it better than you can guard it, you know, generally. And they have great players, great length. They dominated us last year. We're gonna have our hands full when we get to them. but excited obviously to host them and to bring them in, a defending national champion into your home gym.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend, and go Cougs.
All right. Thank you. Go Cougs.